Yo, yo, what up? What is happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. I'm back at it with another boxing video. Here we are, man. We covering this fight between Jojo Diaz, former champion at 130 pounds, versus former WBC 140-pound champ Regis Prograis. Now, this is a fight where Regis Prograis he's coming off a loss. Um, what do you call it? He had lost Jack Catterall in his last fight. He got put on the canvas a couple times too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Coming into this fight, Jojo Diaz also had been on a kind of losing streak, man. I know I just seen him lose to a whole lot of people in fights that he should have won, you know what I mean? You know, the guys I'd never even heard of. So this is a Crossroads fight, and it was it was a war from the get-go. Regis Prograis, man, was doing well in the first round, clearly winning, using the jab, fighting from the outside. But Regis Prograis, the guy fights with his hands down, way too low for my liking. And he got clipped with a left hook. Yeah, he got clipped with a left hook. And Slim's leg, he started to do the funny dance. Started to do the stanky leg, you know what I mean? So he was visibly hurt. And Jojo Diaz went in for the kill. And he ain't finished him. But he did his best, you know what I mean? Got saved by the bell. So I gave Jojo Diaz that round. Round 2 and 3, I gave it to the man, Regis Prograis, fighting from the outside, throwing punches and combinations. But the man, Regis Prograis, also in round 2 and 3, he gets clipped again. He gets hurt. Jojo Diaz didn't win those rounds to me because he's just patiently waiting for the perfect opportunity to clip the guy, and he did, but he didn't drop him. But it wasn't enough to win the rounds. You know what I mean? Um, hey, but Jojo Diaz, I gotta give it up to him. I believe in like round 4, he got cut by accidental headbutt. Uh, right on the side of his left eye. So the blood was trickling down his face profusely, you know what I mean? Not so much in his eye, but on the side, it was not looking too good, you know what I mean? But Jojo Diaz weathered the storm, and he kept coming forward. He was getting hit with some big punches, combinations, but he was also landing some punches, throwing some body shots, throwing some head shots. The guys didn't have much head movement, Regis Prograis. So he's getting hit with shots, you know what I mean? But Regis Prograis is winning these rounds, you know? And overall, it was a good fight. This fight was a war. The doctors basically almost after at least 2 to 3 times up until the fight ended, and the fight went 10 rounds. After the round, the doctors would check on the man Jojo Diaz and check on the cut, and seeing if he's able to continue. And the crowd wasn't feeling that, you know what I mean? Especially after the round ends, they sit in the corner getting the treatment he needs, water, all that from the corner and instructions. Then when the bell rings for the round to start, the doctor comes in and interferes. So I wasn't feeling that as well because I didn't think it was a bad cut enough where, on some Lennox Lewis versus Vitaly Klitschko shit, it wasn't that bad. But Jojo Diaz, man, he came to fight. I gave him at least 2 more rounds, you know what I mean? I had him this fight 6 rounds to 4 in favor of Regis Prograis, and I thought any minute Regis Prograis could get clipped, could go down like he did versus Jack Catterall. He weathered the storm and stayed on his feet. Jojo Diaz had blood leaking profusely, but he did what he had to do, but it wasn't enough in my opinion, you know what I mean? But the commentary of the zone, oh my gosh, man, they're so biased. And the commentary first and foremost had Jojo Diaz winning this fight, and you could tell it was almost like a pity party, a sympathy party for the man Jojo Diaz, especially from Sergio Moore on the commentary with Jack with Christopher Mannix. It's like they want to give the man Jojo Diaz rounds, and not only rounds, they want to give him the fight just because the man is leaking and he's at least not quitting or anything, and he's hurting the man Regis Prograis, at least clipping him and making his legs wobble and stuff. But you can't ignore the work that Regis Prograis is doing for at least 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I can't just give a man rounds because he clips a man in the last 30 seconds and throws a barrage of punches. That's not how this works, man. Hi to you, Dr. Roster. What's up? Um, but it was a war, man. Regis Prograis and Jojo Diaz. I thought this fight should have been the headliner, but they went to war, and I gotta give it up to them, man. They gave me some good entertainment. So the judges had it, I believe. One judge had it super wide, like I don't know, was it 97, 92? I had this fight 96, 94. 6 rounds to 4 in favor of Regis Prograis. Jojo Diaz was a game fighter, you know what I mean? Let me look at these punch stats right quick. You see, landed, Regis Prograis landed 224 to Jojo Diaz's 197 total punches. You know what I'm saying? Regis threw more, 895. The jab was all Regis Prograis. That's how he won this fight, really and truly, up until he gets clipped. He was, you know, boxing with the jab from the outside. He was looking good. He's a stiff guy, though. This is the guy who started boxing a little late in his life. You know what I mean? So he doesn't have that boxer rhythmatic movement like that, of a slick boxer. He's pretty stiff in my opinion, doesn't have much head movement, keeps his hands low. So he's an easy target to get to hit, you know what I mean? But he does hit hard and he throws punches with bad intentions. And at least that makes up, in my opinion, to he makes up for his lack of you know, experience in boxing like that. And he's also an older guy. Now he's 36 years old, you know what I'm saying? But Regis Prograis, man, he's a major player still to me at 140 pounds. And I'm sure he can beat one of the champions at 140 pounds. You know what I mean? He just got to get an opportunity. You know, he could upset one of the champions at 140. Yeah, I mean, Richardson Hitchens is there. We got Matias there. We have Teofimo Lopez. And I believe Gary Russell Jr., Gary Antoine Russell. Yeah, I mean? So I'd like to see the man Regis Prograis get another opportunity and see what's popping for him at 140 pounds. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and please subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gone. And let me know how you guys saw this fight and how you guys scored it. Peace.